What's going on YouTube? Hey guys, it's Ben. Thanks so much for checking out my channel again. Today I'm going to give you a list of 5 things that I wish I had known before I started my recruiting agency. First thing that I wish I had known before starting my recruiting agency is nothing is as simple as it looks. So you can watch a billion YouTube videos, you can watch my YouTube videos, anybody else's about recruiting and staffing or business, e-commerce, whatever it is, and nothing is ever as simple as it looks, right? You might see the guy driving the Lambo, you might see somebody doing huge money like weekly or monthly or whatever, and there's so much strategy behind what they're doing. There's so much work that goes on behind the camera, right? This is just YouTube, like me talking for 10 minutes about what I actually am doing, and there's so much strategy outside of that. So it's never as simple as it actually looks. Like there's always so much more strategy involved. Personally, I did $100,000 in the first 6 months of my business. Now, there was so much behind that I couldn't even explain in an hour-long video. It'd probably take me 2 hours to give you all the details of everything you would need to know exactly how I did that. So nothing is as simple as it looks, and that's something I definitely wish I knew before I actually started the recruiting game. Number 2, this is the second thing that I wish I'd known. You have to test things out and calibrate what you're doing. Your LinkedIn, your emails that you send out, your messaging, your target markets, right? You have to test these out over and over and over and over, rounds and rounds of testing. So I picked niches after niches after niches and tried to go after different markets and tried different template emails, tried all kinds of things and used all sorts of tactics and techniques, cold call, cold email, whatever it was to get my recruiting game on point, to actually get reactions, to actually get connections and conversations and finally deals. I wish I had known that there was going to be this calibration period where you could simply, actually like not just copy paste and make money, but you actually had to kind of work it and learn it yourself and actually get it down and dialed in before you actually start making money. This directly leads me into number 3, which is failure. You already know what I'm going to say. You're absolutely 100% going to fail on your first, second, or even your third deal. You're going to fail totally. Whether it's going to be a client that's just going to like leave you, or you'll get a great client, you'll get like 3 awesome candidates and the candidates will all bail, or the candidates will be terrible and they'll all leave the job. Like something like that will happen, or your client won't pay you. Like something will happen where there'll be a massive failure, there'll be a breakdown in the entire chain, and you'll feel super bummed about it. This always happens. And the reason failure is there is basically just to teach us what we don't do the next time around, right? I've failed countless times, and that's why I wish I knew when I got into the business that I was gonna fail right off the bat, so that I could at least prepare myself and say, okay, I'm gonna fail right off the bat. I wanna know what's gonna happen so I can learn from that and then move forward from there. All right, so number 4, strategy is everything. So basically, there's an entire strategy behind every single thing that you see me do, that you see others do, that you see people do in real estate, e-commerce, finance, investing, whatever it is. There is massive strategy behind everything. What you're seeing right now is just me talking to you on a camera for like 8 minutes on YouTube, right? When this camera turns off, there is strategy that goes into place, right? There is another 12 hours in the day that I'm gonna be working on things, and so much of it is planning, execution, implementation, strategy, all that stuff. And you have to actually have this massive grand plan that you sit and think about and execute and implement. It's just so simple for me to sit here on YouTube and talk to you and say, yes, I did this, this, and this, and then I made $100,000 or whatever. Or I did this, this, and this, and I landed a client that paid me 20 grand, right? It's really easy, but there's so much strategy behind all of that, and it's not as easy as say, okay, watch Ben's video, copy, paste, boom, I'm gonna make 100 grand. It's not that simple. Learning that strategy is something that's key and elemental to your actual success. So that's definitely something that I wished I had known before I started my recruiting agency for sure, because I didn't really realize that there was so much more to it rather than just kind of understanding from different people like how you do things and then implementing those things directly. No, there's a lot more to that. So number 5 is the last one that I'll tell you that I wish I had known before starting my recruiting agency, and this sort of dovetails right off of number 4. So basically the strategy and how you learn how to implement and execute, how you learn that and who you learn that from is paramount. So you can watch my YouTube videos like you're watching right now, other people's YouTube videos, you can read articles, you can do whatever you want, listen to podcasts, anything, but at the end of the day, you have to be learning from actual successful people. So you need to vet who you're learning from, you need to look at them, you need to understand, is this person successful? Are they making money? Are they actually doing what they say they're doing? Like all of those things are critical components of who you learn from. Going into my agency, I was learning from a few people. I had a couple mentors, I had a couple of friends that were in recruiting, and some of them knew a little bit, some of them knew a lot, some of them knew in between. But once I figured out who was actually making money, who was doing really, really well in recruiting, then I knew exactly who to follow. And by knowing how to follow them, at that point, then I gained really, really good success. Then I was able to close like $100,000 in 6 months because I knew how to follow the right person's advice rather than the random person's advice. Hopefully you're following the right people, not the wrong people, which would remind me to tell you to smash the subscribe button if you haven't already on this channel. I pretty much vlog daily about recruiting, business, entrepreneurship, and soon to be more investing type stuff like that. And definitely smash that like button if you haven't already. So that's my video for today, guys. I will definitely catch you on Wednesday. Hope you're having an awesome week and take care.